Namaste, welcome everyone. This is Kata here, and we are journeying further with our 14 days Myofascial Yin Yoga challenge. I hope you're well, and today I brought you a bit of twisting, a bit of side bends again to activate the side line, the lateral line, to activate the spiral line, to activate the wood element inside of ourselves for spring renewal. Hopefully you start to feel a little bit, maybe a different energy moving through you throughout your days. Maybe some things get easier, or maybe you have some detoxification symptoms as well. That could be anything from headaches, or maybe some emotional release or upsetness or tension coming up. But maybe you also notice you sleep a little bit better, calmer, that you are not so reactive to everything happening around you. Let me know. In any ways, I'm always very grateful if you share some feedback. And we start our session today with a little bit of sitting. As you know by now, we always settle into a nice, comfortable sitting position. I think it's very important that we always start with an opening meditation, right? To really allowing ourselves to create space for what is ahead. Also, this is a great moment to realize what is here to release, maybe from our days, maybe from anything that happened with us before. And also just having a moment to feel our bodies, to connect deeper. Inviting a loving breath into this moment. With every inhalation, just opening ourselves to receive kindness, love, nourishment. And with every exhalation, just softening into that. These are the qualities of yin: nourishment, the inner resources, acceptance and softening. And also realizing that maybe everything that we're looking for in our outer world ambitions and aspirations, it's already inside. We just need to drop into it. So with every exhalation, you can just soften and ease into this now moment. And then gently we can take one hand onto the heart, one hand onto the belly. And just having a loving breath here for ourselves. And we can just chant one Om together. A nice long inhale. And slowly we can open our eyes. And from here we will go all the way down onto our back for a little side bending. If you're not familiar with banana pose, then I invite you to just look at me first so that you really understand what to do. First, we can just have a little hug of the knees, massaging our lower back, and then taking our legs all the way down. And then from there, gently start to walk your feet to the right. Maintaining both of our sitting bones, both of our hips down on the ground, not walking too far out, just until you get a nice little stretch from the hip all the way down to your foot. If you want, you can cross one foot over. Let's say, since we move both of the legs to the right, I would cross the left one over the right, but you can try the other way around as well. And then we could just stretch the upper body with the arms as well, and gently take the upper body as well to the side, so that we feel a nice side body stretch on the left side. If you need maybe like a little pillow under your head, if your head is falling back, your chin is higher than your forehead, you can definitely put something in there. And in case that for you it's not possible to take both of your arms above the head, you can either just maybe hug your own shoulders or just have the arms to the side, also fine. And maybe it's the right hand that is gently holding onto the left wrist, and just having a couple of breaths here. So nice long inhale and gentle exhale. Again, finding the right position, the right place to be for you, where you can ease, release into the pose. And where with every exhalation, something releases and deepens inside of you. With every inhale, we can welcome nourishment. And with every exhalation, we can soften and release. Noticing what is arising. Sometimes it can be thoughts, sometimes sensations or emotions. And just try to be the witness, the observer, letting things come and letting things go. And for the last few breaths here, if you want, and you notice that things got looser, maybe you want to just move a little deeper into the side bend, but never force it. then slowly, gently we can come back to the center. You can release both legs. You can relax your arms by your side. Maybe have just a nice long inhale and a full exhale, releasing it all. And just observe the two sides, the sensations. And then slowly from here, let's just move over to the opposite side this time, taking both of your legs to the left. Make sure you have space. And then maybe crossing over with the right foot this time. I personally prefer to keep both buttocks on the ground to avoid any kind of weird thing in the sacroiliac area. And then we can just reach with both arms on the top of the head and gently move over to the left. And again, find the right stretch that is not too intense, yet you do feel that something is opening up. Maybe you need to adapt something with your arms. Maybe you want to put a bolster under your arm if you have like frozen shoulder. And just calmly breathing here to open the side of the body. Notice where you feel the pose. And where can you allow the breath to create more ease, more softness, more release. And for the last few breaths, you can just gently maybe slide a little deeper into your pose, only if it's available to you. If you notice that things have been loosening up already. And then from here, slowly, gently, you can come back to the center. Maybe it feels nice to loosen a little bit the lower back. And then eventually release your arms, your legs, and give yourself
A nice long breath here. Good release and a little break to just observe, to just be, and to allow your fascia to just do the rebound. Observing the two sides of the body, maybe now it feels more equal, even. And from here you can maybe circle a little bit with your wrist, with your ankles, and then gently choose to come up, maybe rolling over your back or rolling onto your side, whichever works better for you. And then from here, just gently coming onto a child's pose. If you want, just to help the energy to move a little bit and our stiffness to melt already, maybe you move a little bit back and forth just a couple of times. And then eventually coming with your shoulders sort of above your wrists. The knees are more open than the hips if you can. If your knees are sensitive, you can put a blanket underneath the knees. And then from here, gently opening, let's say, the right arm up, and slowly take the right arm under so we can come into this child's pose twist. The hips can stay above the knees, and maybe your left arm can come from behind, grabbing your inner thigh. Or if that's too much, you can also just have your hand in front of your face or your arm above the head. If that would be too intense for your shoulder, you can put a blanket underneath. And if nothing really works, then I would recommend that you do just like a child's pose, maybe on its own or maybe with a side bend. And trying to ease into this quite awkward position, just softening and releasing. Sometimes the question of really easing ourselves into something is more a mental question than anything really physical. So try to find a way to ease and soften into this pose. Staying centered with your breath, feeling how the inhale comes in, how the exhale slides out. Even if the mind wanders away, just come back onto the breath. And let's have the last two breaths here. And And a nice long full exhale. Slowly you can take your opposite hand in front of your face, gently push the floor away, and slowly come back to the middle. You can gather the knees together and just release into a child's pose in the middle. Just for a couple of breaths, relax your arms, your shoulders, and observe the sensations. And then let's slowly start to move over to the opposite side. Again, opening our knees broad. This time taking the left arm up and over. And gently, slowly reaching under so that we can lean on that left shoulder. The right arm can come from behind if that's comfortable, or place the right hand in front of your face. You can roll the right shoulder a little bit more back and find a good position for your head, your neck, so it's not awkward. But you can also choose to have the right arm above the head. And once you found the position, then just try to soften into it. Even if at first feels really awkward or not easy, with every exhalation, try to just really soften and ease into it. Notice what's happening in the body, what is maybe shifting, changing as you stay here longer. And let's just have the last 2 breaths here. And a nice long full exhale. Slowly, gently, we can move out. Maybe it feels nice to stretch it up again. And then coming down into the child's pose. If you want, you can again close the knees together and just come into this neutral position, arms down by your side or arms to the front. But the essential is to release the shoulders, the arms, and just breathe here for a moment. The last 2 breaths here. Nice long full exhale. And then very gently, slowly, we can round yourself up. Maybe it's nice to have a little movement, rounding and hollowing our back. And then from here, like we always do, please go into your final Shavasana, releasing your legs, your arms, in such a way that it feels comfortable for you. Just give yourself the time you need to reset yourself, receiving this little break and nourishment for you. And enjoying the power of Yin when it comes to release and surrender. Take your time, and I will be happy to see you tomorrow. If you have anything to share or to ask, feel free to use commenting, and I will be back right at you. Have a wonderful rest of your day with good energy, good flow, good vibe. Namaste.